Hi everyone, welcome to this Excel class. This is my first class actually on data analysis. I just want to pass on this knowledge to other people. In my last video, I talked about how I'm going to start teaching data analysis. So if you are a data beginner, if you just want to transition into data analysis, this is the right and the best class for you. Alright, so I'm starting with Excel. So we have Excel, SQL, and Power BI. That one I'll be taking for this whole tutorial. So if you really want to be a data analyst, or you want to just have knowledge about data analysis till your portfolio time, you can subscribe to my page and just keep on the notification button to see more of my videos. Alright, so let's start. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is the data interface, your Excel interface. Like, this is Excel, right? So we have interfaces in Excel. This is just an introductory video. Sorry for that. This is just an introductory video where I'll be telling you more about this whole Excel interface. This is an interface. This is part of an interface. The file is part of an interface. The home is part of an interface. The WPSW, this whole thing I'm pointing at right now, is part of the Excel interface. Alright, so you need to understand this whole thing before you dive into the data properly. Alright, so we start with the Excel interface, right? The ribbon. We have ribbon, the formula bars, we have the quick access bar, we have the file, WPS PDF, you have the insert, draw, page layout, formula. This is the formula bar, right? And this is the formula bar. This is the formula, the way you get the formula, and this is the formula bar. We have that, and we have data, review, view, automate, and help. Right? Okay, let's start with the ribbon first. The ribbon is a tick bar. The tick bar, these are the tick bars, right? Tick bar at the top, and it's organized into tabs. You get? Okay, organized into tabs. This helps you as a data analyst. These ribbons help you as a data analyst because you need to know, okay, this part of this tab is for what is the function of this part of this tab. All right, so for this home tab here, we have this we call these daily drivers. That's what we call it in the data analysis world. Okay, this is your daily driver because you can literally change any table here, any part of the table here, to either a number, currency, maybe an accounting ID, a date, short date, long date, time. You can literally change any tab here, any um tab, right, to any choice you want, right? So in case you're trying to use the date function on the Excel and it's not working for you, so you have to go back to the ribbon, this home tab here, to this general place, and check if the whole tab here is on the date part. Do you get? So next we are going to the insert one. This is where the magic happens, right? So insert, you have your pivot table in the insert, and you have your chart. So you insert your pivot table here, and you can insert different charts if you, especially people that would like to be in the part of the you get visualization aspect of Excel, because for you to really know Excel, you need to know both the formula part, the visualization, the data cleaning, and many more to know, right? So the next part is the data, like behind behind the analysis. Behind analysis, there is always a data. Like, data should be part of your um Excel interface, because you cannot just have a blank Excel and work on a blank Excel page. You need data to fill in those pages and for you to work on these data. Alright, so we have your formulas, your library for every calculation, from the basic maths to advanced logic. This is your formula bar here. This is a formula bar. In case you write a formula here, then you would not see it as a letter here, you see it as a formula. This is behind every letter, every text, every. Okay, let's wait to get into that. So after your Excel interface, I want to explain to you the formula bar. This formula bar I was talking about. This is the brain of this whole Excel. You need to know formulas in Excel. You need to be able to, okay, they ask you how many people are in this organization, what is, you need to know what formulas to use when you are being asked such questions. All right, so it shows what is actually inside the cell. Like, okay, let me use okay, let me just cite an example for you. Let's say this is how to write the formula in Excel, by the way. Let's say you start on an equal to equal, let's say sum, right? You open your brackets, then let's say we want to know the average. Okay, no, let's not use that. Let's say we want to know, yes, the unit price, the total unit price, or let's say yes, we want to know the total unit price, or let's say we want to know the total unit price. Sorry, yes, total unit price. So let's run that. So this is the total unit price now. Total unit price is let's say 1 2 3 1 2, this is 18 million. So this is in pure number, pure plain number. This is not yet in currency, because I've not set it yet. This is just the beginning. All right, let me clean that up. You see how I did it, right? So yeah, I was trying to explain something. This is it. So if I click here, the formula bar does not show me the number itself. It shows me what is behind the number. Do you get? Like, it shows me, okay, this number consists of, is what behind the number is the sum of all the L's. This is all the L's here. It's an L, all the L's. Now this number here is telling me what is behind this logic here is telling me what's behind this number. All right, so that is that for the formula bar. Let me clean that up so it's not mess up with the data I'm about to work on. So yeah, so we are going to the quick access toolbar. We have the quick access toolbar also in Excel, right? These are the tiny icons at the very top above the ribbon. Do you get? Above the ribbon, then they are used to keep your most used command one click away. Like the commands you have used a lot, the formulas you have used a lot, they are used to keep it one click away. They used to click it and keep one click away. We have a status bar also. The status bar is the thin green bar at the bottom. Okay, let me use an example. Let's say I want to know the total age, average age, and the count of age of these people that purchase this MTN mobile stuff. All right, so you have to just click here. So now we can see that this immediately tells us the average age, the count of age, and also the sum of all the individual ages on this tab, on this data, like on this D data, right? So on this D block. So we have the average as 48.04312115, right? And the count as 975, and the sum as 46,794. So this immediately tells you, so that you will not be trying. Look at, if you recall, when I did the sum of all the L, so I could literally just press this L tab here, the L block here, then I immediately see that, okay, the sum exactly what I got the other time. The sum is, see, let's say 1 2 3 1, this is 18,697,550. All right, so you immediately see the sum, the count, and the average of this whole unit price. So you can see it is very, very easy to use Excel. This is the beginning part though. When we get more further into the middle class and the advanced class, you're going to see that Excel is very easy to use. All right, I don't want this video to be very long. All right, I just want to just briefly talk about what Excel is talking about. Let us understand what are the interfaces, and what do you see on Excel screen. Like, you get, what do you see on the Excel screen. You need to be able to understand, okay, this is for this is for this, before you even start looking at data set at the first place, because you cannot be a data analyst without even knowing what do you use this for, what do you use this for. So you need to know the function of most of these things on the screen. All right, so we even have the final one. I think we have the worksheet. That'll be my final one, the worksheet here. This is your worksheet. When you press this or your worksheet, your worksheet is where your data are placed on. You cannot have a data without, you can have your, you can, okay, everything's still a worksheet, right? Now you can make these lines invisible. Let me unhighlight this. So okay, you can make all these lines you are seeing, you can make them invisible. That will be another lesson for another day. All right, so this is your worksheet where all these data are staying on, right? Yes, so I've talked about the whole sorry, I've talked about everything you need to know on Excel for a foundation, for the first foundation. All right, so the next thing I would like to talk about is what can we talk about again in your Excel? Okay, yeah, I think the next thing you can talk about is your, very importantly, right, is your data types. Data type is a very important factor in Excel, a very important factor in Excel. So you need to know, for a beginner, you need to know, okay, this is a text, this is in numbers, this is in boolean, this is, you get. So it should be known to every data analyst in that is doing Excel, that is working on Excel files or stuff, that okay, let's look at this data now. All right, this one is a text. This is a text. A text is anything that contains letter, symbols, or even numbers that are not used for maths. Like okay, this one now consists of letters and numbers. But you're not using this. You cannot count this. Look at now. You can just only count. The count is 975, but you cannot add it because they cannot be used for maths. You get, you cannot add it, you cannot get the average of this. That's why it's called a text. Now we have number. Now this is a number. Age is a number, like numbers without decimal. We have numbers, we have whole numbers. Part of whole numbers, we have decimal numbers. You get, this is a purely whole number without decimal. Now this number, now you can have the average, you can have the count, and you can have the sum of these numbers, right? Now this okay, satisfaction rate. This is also a number, right? But you would not use this for anything. Highest thing to use this for in a normal case should be the average, and maybe average of people that said 2, that rated 2 or rated 5 or rated 6. You get, it should just be the average, and also it should be probably count also, yeah. So it's also a number, by the way. What else? This is an example of a decimal number in Excel. You see it has a decimal, it has decimals. So now the next data type we are looking at is your days. You know, earlier I mentioned that in Excel you need to let Excel know what exactly you are doing. Now let's go back to home here. Now in home, this is giving this is giving a general is, but this is supposed to be a date. Now if you want to know people that bought the first time the company opened till now, you cannot know it, because you cannot get it, because this is just showing general. So what you need to do is to go here and change this to date. Let's say short date. This is a shorter date or a longer date, depending on, so Excel will be able to read what you are writing. So let's just, now a longer date or a shorter date. Now this is a date. You get, this is the only data type we have here. So I hope this class was very interesting. Okay, I think there's still one, boolean. Yeah, there's boolean. This boolean is just okay. I don't have any boolean data type on this data set. I could have gotten a data, yes, I've seen a boolean type. Now this is the example of a boolean data set here, yes or no. So any data set that requires you to say yes, no, or true or false, or 1 or 0, you get those kind of data sets that will tell you, if you like this, say 1, if you don't like it, say 0, if you like it, say true, if you don't like it, say false. You get those kind of data sets. All right, so this is it for that. Thank you so much for this amazing time. I'll see you in my next video. In my next video, I'll be talking on purely, we'll start talking about the whole Excel thing. Thank you so much. Bye.